What's good, YouTube? Swiftly back with our second part of ranking 500 plus video game franchises. And this is what our list looked like from our first part. So far, for our masterpiece section, we have Super Mario and Final Fantasy. In a very good ranking, we have Crash Bandicoot, Sonic, Mortal Kombat. In a good section, we have WWE 2K, which also includes SmackDown and SmackDown vs. Raw series. In above average, we have Street Fighter, Capcom vs. NBA 2K, and EA Madden. And in the mid section, we have the King of Fighters and EA NHL. And then so far for the never played section, we have Forza Motorsport, Forza Horizon, Dragon Quest, Hearts of Iron, Victoria, Europa Universalis, Civilization, Warcraft, Crusader Kings, and I want to say Tuhu, if I'm pronouncing that right. Tuho. I'm not sure. Don't kill me. But moving on, we're going to be tackling some more franchises in this video. So with that being said, grab yourself a drink, a snack, or something, and let's jump into the video. So let's see, what should we go with next? I'm actually gonna go with a series, or try to find this series. I've seen it earlier, and it's actually one of my favorite video game franchises. If I could find it, I know it was somewhere on this left side, if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully I can find it. If not, I'm just gonna pick something at random, which I'm looking and I'm thinking I might have to pick something at random, because I think it might have moved since we've been picking things. It might have moved over to the right side, because I do not see it anywhere. And to my recollection, I thought it was okay, it is on the right side. It did move, and that is going to be one of my favorite franchises of all time, and that's going to be Streets of Rage. Oh yes, come on down, Streets of Rage, bruh. Yes sir, and I'm putting that in the good category, bruh. Now I will say this: I've only played Streets of Rage 1, Streets of Rage 2, and Streets of Rage 4. Those are the only games I played. I've never played the third Streets of Rage. But I played Streets of Rage 1, I played Streets of Rage 2, and I played more recently Streets of Rage 4, which came out like not too long ago. I want to say like 4 or 5 years ago they came out with Streets of Rage 4, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I wasn't mad at it. I don't think it was good as the OG games, because I do remember playing Streets of Rage on Sega Genesis, but and I played the hell out of Streets of Rage on Sega Genesis. 2, not so much. But 1, oh man, I logged a lot of hours in 1, especially playing co-op. And then I would say Streets of Rage 4 was a nice ode to the older games. I don't think they were as good as the older games, but I still enjoyed my time with it. And I kind of wish that we got more from the franchise. Like, I really do. I get that it's one of those older franchises, so like, who has the rights, who owns the rights, who's developing it, if the studio who developed the original games are still around, are they still developing, are they still with the studio, did they move on, did they sell the studio? Like, it's all of these different moving parts, so I understand that it's not as easy as just like, oh, they're still making this game, or they own the rights to this game, just make another game whenever they want. I understand there's different moving parts and stuff, but I kind of wish this was a series where we got more of them. One, also because it's just a good series, but also 2, because there's just not a lot of beat 'em up type of games, like, the old school Streets of Rage beat 'em up type of games. There's just not a lot of these games like that anymore. Maybe there are, and they're just like, indie games, and I'm just not seeing them, and they're out there. But to me, I just don't really see a lot of games like this anymore. It takes me back to those, old school arcade days of like, again, like Streets of Rage, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, those type of beat 'em up type of games, Conan, Golden Axe, those type of games. Like, we just don't really get those type of games no more. And I get those were more popular when like arcades and stuff like that were more popping, so I get why we don't get them as much anymore, or why they aren't as popular anymore. But I would still, like to see those type of games, especially Streets of Rage, because Streets of Rage is such a classic game. But again, moving on, um, we can knock out both of these, right? Because they're similar series. We're gonna knock out Sim City, right? Never played, and we're gonna knock out The Sims. And I'm gonna be completely honest. Never played either one of these. I do have Sims 4 downloaded, so eventually I will get around to playing Sims. Right now I'm just kind of messing around with I'm playing through Dishonored right now, so that's really got all my attention. I'm playing through like Dishonored. I'm playing through another game called Papers, Please. So right now, those are the two games that really have my attention. I'm not really playing anything else. So, yeah. But when I do finish those games, I'm definitely gonna be looking at Sims 4 because that's definitely on the backlog to play. Just to mess around it. But right now, because I haven't played any Sims games, I'm gonna put those in the never played category. But I plan to change at least this one. Don't know about SimCity, but I'm definitely going to plan to play the Sims. Where do we go from here? What it's just so many good, like, major. But I guess we can knock out like these major ones and then like work our way down. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with another one I haven't played yet, and that's Mass Effect. And I actually have the Legendary Collection too, so I still haven't played this. And I think I had Mass Effect, I want to say 2 on PS3. It was either 2 or 3 that I had, but I actually had Mass Effect game, and this is one of those games that I got as a gift, and I just never played it. And then now I have the Mass Effect Legendary Collection, and it's kind of just sitting on my SSD. Just collecting dust because I keep saying, yo, I'm going to play it. And it's one of those games that I just have never opened not a single time. But as I'm working and clearing my backlog and going through games, I'm actually playing a bunch of games now. As I'm clearing games, I'm kind of just picking 2 to 3 games at a time and just playing through those 3 games, and I'm not touching anything. Like right now, I said earlier that I'm playing Dishonored, I'm playing Papers, Please, and I'm playing, I just picked up Minecraft, so I've been playing a lot of Minecraft, but I'm trying to find like a third game that I can put in my rotation, and I just only play those 3 games and nothing else, and they can't be online or multiplayer games either, so I'm just finding like 3 single player games that I could play through, and I just rotate and play those 3 games, and then once I beat those 3 games, then I'll add 3 new games, and just that's how I've been clearing out my backlog. But Mass Effect Legendary Collection, definitely all 3 games definitely on my backlog. Never played them, know about them, heard of them, but never played, so I'm putting them in a never played category. Battlefield, I can't put Battlefield in never played. Now I will say this, right? This is just a temporary holder. I'm not saying that Battlefield is trash. I just want to think about the games that I play. I played Battlefield 1, like very little of Battlefield 1, very little of Battlefield 5. I played Battlefield 3. I played Battlefield. I would say the Battlefield that I played the absolute most of is Battlefield 3 and Battlefield Hardline. And I want to say that was like Battlefield 3 was like the prime. I think a lot of people would say 2042 or whatever it was called. Not 2042. What was the other one? It was some old ass, was it 17 something? It was like Battlefield something with numbers. It was Battlefield 3, and then I want to say like Battlefield Vietnam, and then like Hardline. It was like that era of those 3 to 4 games where like Battlefield was in its prime. That like that's all I heard people talking about was Call of Duty Battlefield, Call of Duty Battlefield. But I know Battlefield 3 was definitely like one of those games, you know what I'm saying? But again, for me, I didn't really have any friends that played Battlefield. Most of my friends played COD. All I really played was COD. I've played Battlefield. I played Medal of Honor. I've played Ghost Recon and all of those games. I played SOCOM. all of these games coming up, shooters. As a guy, as a little boy, that's all we like to play with shooters, playing, military games, military shooters, guys with guns. So I've played all of these series, but I would say I didn't really play them like how I play COD or how I play Ghost Recon. Like, I would say I played COD and Ghost Recon way more than I played Battlefield, Medal of Honor, or SOCOM. You know what I mean? So I don't think I'm the best judge on these series, but I would put Battlefield in the good. Just because the little bit of I played of it, I would say I've had more of a positive experience than a negative experience playing Battlefield 3, playing Battlefield Hardline, which was the only ones that I really played online. Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5, I mostly really just was playing like the story mode. I really didn't play online like that. So I don't really have, much of an opinion on the online for those more recent games. Also, another game that I recently just started playing was Minecraft as well. I would throw Minecraft in the good section as well too, just because actually, you know what, I would put it in very good. And the reason why I'm gonna say I put it in very good is the level of just, and I know this isn't like a real metric for most people, but just the level of comfiness that this game generates when you're just mining and like just I was playing on no don't get it twisted. I was my first little run. I was playing on easy, so because I was playing on easy, I didn't have to really worry about anything trying to kill me. I was just mining, finding diamonds and iron and copper and building like this 2-3 story house. And I got like a fire going, I got a cauldron, I got a bed, I got a little farm for like my sheep and my cows and my chicken and all of that stuff. I'm baking cakes and milking cows and all of this stuff like that, which was fire. Don't get it twisted. It was fire. It was fun. And then I made the mistake of deleting that world to make a new world playing on like hard difficulty, and dog, like them creepers, them skull and bone arrow shooting motherfuckers, like they were just kicking my ass, bro. I think I died like maybe 3 times in like the first like maybe 30 minutes. And I mean, it was mostly my fault. I ran into some dude that it turned out to be a goddamn wizard. I'd never even seen what a wizard looked like in this game. He was fucking me up, like killed me, lost all my shit. And it was mostly my fault because I farmed enough stuff to build like a little small 3x3 house just so I could survive the night. But of course, I was being greedy, trying to mine some extra stuff, get some extra materials, and instead of just building a house and being safe for the night, I decided to just keep being greedy, trying to get some extra stuff, and then I end up dying. Then when I respawned, it was nighttime, and then like I'm being constantly haunted. I had to go find my stuff, and then when I did find my stuff, I was being chased and haunted. And then, like, I ended up climbing into a tree, sitting in the tree for the rest of the night. But, of course, the monsters don't despawn. But I just say all that to say that Minecraft was extremely fun. Now, I got to adapt a little bit because I was playing on easy that whole time. So, I kind of have to adapt to playing on hard. But I don't know, man. I enjoyed playing Minecraft. I always thought Minecraft was, like, a game for kids. Oh man, it's a kiddie game, it's trash or whatever, but actually sitting down and playing it is actually extremely comfy. It's one of the most relaxing games I've played, I will say that. So definitely I would throw Minecraft in the very good. Now I did mess around with like Minecraft story mode, Minecraft dungeons, Minecraft legends and all of that stuff, and I'm not a fan of any of that. I'm not gonna hold you, which is kind of why I wanted to put it in the good section, because all of that spin-off extra stuff that they have, it's kind of trash in my opinion. But Minecraft, the actual just base game, yeah, that's a W. That is for sure 100% a W. So we'll leave that up there. You know what I'm saying? Moving on. I guess we could tackle Need for Speed. Need for Speed, I'm definitely gonna put that in the good category, because Need for Speed, again, one of those games where I'm like, I feel like the good outweighs the bad. Like, you got Need for Speed, You got Need for Speed 2. You got Need for Speed 3. Hot Pursuit. You got the classic game of Underground. You got Underground 2. You know, you got Pro Street. You got Payback. You got Rivals. You got just so many different games that Heat, Payback, Rivals, like just so many different games. And for me, I would always say again, like the earlier games, all the way up to like Underground 2, that's kind of where like I got off that ride, but that's where like racing games kind of just stopped being that thing for me. But up until Underground 2, Need for Speed was just a must cop. Like you had to have Need for Speed, just like you had to have Burnout. You know what I'm saying? For me, that was like the go-to. Need for Speed and Burnout was the go-to, you know, racing games. Like you had to have it, you know. Again, like I said, as I get older, I'm not really much of a fan of racing games and fighting games and stuff like that. But back then, oh yeah, 100%. It was a must. It was a must. Let's see. Next series, I will go Legend of Zelda. Legend of Zelda for sure. And I'm gonna go good. I'm gonna go good. And I feel like excuse me, I had to take a sip of my drink. I feel like I'm gonna get murdered for this because I just don't think I don't know, man. I just Zelda games just never clicked for me. You know, I played, you know, Link to the Past. I've played the NES, SNES versions, Game Boy versions, right? Minish Cap and all of that stuff. I don't think I've never played any of the GameCube versions. I've never played Majora's Mask and whatever the other one was. I did play whichever was the first one on Switch. I want to say which is Tears of the Kingdom, I want to say it is. If I'm not mistaken, I could be getting that wrong. And I played like maybe like 4, maybe 5 hours of that, and I was just like, yeah, nah, like, I like that it's 3D. I like that it's like, you know, kind of more modernized compared to what I'm used to, you know, on like the NES or SNES or Game Boy, but it's just still not hitting for me. And, you know, I just had to make that, you know, choice or just accept that maybe the game just ain't for me, you know? Like, I'm willing to put it in the good category because I understand, like, what that game has done for gaming. But for me, personally, it's just not it for me, bro. It's just not it for me. Like, and again, like I said, I've played a couple of games in the series. As I'm getting older, though, I'm slowly realizing that a lot of the games that I didn't like or I wouldn't play when I was younger, I definitely like 100% love now that I'm older. Like the Final Fantasy series, a lot of RPG games I would have never touched when I was young as a kid. Final Fantasy, trash. Kingdom Hearts, trash. Like a lot of games that you wouldn't catch me dead playing as a kid. As I got older, it's like, okay, yeah, I can vibe with this. Final Fantasy, going back and playing 1, 2, 4, 6, 9. I'm like, oh no, I missed out. I love these games, going back and playing Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2. I'm like, oh wait. Oh yeah, nah, this is alright. Like, I thought this shit was trash when I was coming up, but now I'm going back and playing them and I'm like, nah, this shit was fire. I missed out, like, on a lot of things. So I'm willing to accept that maybe Zelda's one of those games where like 5-10 years from now I'm gonna come back to play and I'm gonna be like, yo, I missed out on Zelda. Like, this shit is actually like a masterpiece. This is like a classic game, you know what I'm saying? But for right now, I'm willing to put it in good, but just really just not for me, bro. Just not for me. I'm willing to acknowledge what it's done for gaming though, which is why I'm not going to disrespect Zelda by putting it in like mid or trash or whatever like that. But Injustice, Injustice, bro. I'm going mid, bro. Injustice, I'm gonna go mid. Lego, we going mid, bro. Not gonna lie, not a fan of any of these games. Like the Lego game, the Injustice. Again, like I said, man, I'm just not a fan of fighting games. So, as I get older, fighting games have become less and less on the priority. Fighting games, racing games, those games is just like when I was younger, they were at the top of the food chain, and then now as I get older, fighting and racing, like that shit is at the bottom of the food chain now. It's like, yeah, well, maybe I might slide on some Mario Kart here and there, but outside of that, like, nah, you're not about to catch me on, you know, Gran Turismo or Forza or anything like that. Same thing with fighting games. Like, yeah, you might have caught me on Tekken and Power Stone and all that Soul Calibur when I was younger, but now that I'm older, you're not gonna really catch me, on Street Fighter 6 or Tekken 8 like that. You're just not, bro. You just not. That's like, it's just not my bag. You know what I'm saying? Not anymore, anyway. I might slide on one of those games, play the little story mode, beat the characters or whatever here and there, unlock the little characters and costumes and stuff. But outside of that, it just ain't me, bro. And then for the Lego games, man, I can respect that the Lego games are comfy, bro. I can respect that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've played Lego Harry Potter, Lego Batman, Lego Legends, whatever that racing game, the car one is. I've played that. I've played, I want to say Lego Star Wars. I want to say Lego Indiana Jones. I've played a good amount of Lego games. The Harry Potter ones was probably the first ones I played, but I played a extreme amount of the Lego games, bro. I want to say Jurassic Park, I think they got, or something like that. But I can say that I've played over 10 Lego games, bro. And for me, it's like if you played one Lego game, you've played them all. They're all very similar. They're like, just okay, yeah, they collab and they have, Lego City and different themes and stuff. But for the most part, they're all the same games. If you played one, you played them all, just with a different main character, copy and paste, in my opinion. So Legos just not for me, bro. But I'm sure the kids love it though. You know what I'm saying? Moving on, we do have FIFA, which I'm probably gonna put in the same category as NHL for sure, going in mid. FIFA, again, just like with NHL game series that I started out playing very, very late. I started playing FIFA around the same time as I started playing NHL, and that was mostly because I wanted to branch out. Like up until that point, I was kind of just been like the Madden 2K kind of guy as far as sports games. Some Fight Night, boxing mixed in, some UFC here and there, but mostly Madden 2K. Go-to sports. I used to like tennis, with like virtual tennis and top spin tennis and all of that stuff back in the day. But yeah, mostly 2K in football and basketball, right? So as I started branching out, I kind of started playing NHL, started learning the rules of hockey, started liking hockey. Same thing with soccer. Started learning the rules, the ins and outs of soccer, seeing people bet on soccer games, and starting to watch soccer games and stuff like that. You kind of get appreciation for it. That being said, it's similar as NHL of not improving the game pretty much playing the same as it did 6-7 years ago. No innovation, no improvements, just basically copy and paste of the same game, which is why I put it in mid. Maybe if I started playing FIFA a little bit earlier, I would have that cachet or appreciation that I have for like the older 2K games and the older Madden games. But since I started playing the FIFA games kind of relatively like 18, 19, I don't have that cachet built up for me to say, oh no, I could give it above average or I could give it a good, because they don't have that goodwill with me, because I started playing the game a little bit later than everybody else. You know what I'm saying? The same way I say, oh, yo, y'all really don't know because y'all started playing 2K around 2K18, 2K19. That's your first 2K. So y'all really don't know what y'all missed. I know that I missed, those earlier years of NHL and FIFA. So I can't really, put that as, oh, nah, they got that. I can't. Let's do some more classic series. We're definitely gonna go Call of Duty, and I'm gonna go very good. Now, it pains me because Call of Duty used to be one of my most beloved games. I loved Call of Duty, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I loved Call of Duty. But even though I love Call of Duty, like the last 6 or 7 years, I would say since Modern Warfare 19, it has been an absolute clown show, shit show, whatever you want to call it. It has been atrocious, right? But again, I have to put it in very good because we're not just basing the franchise off of the last 5 years or 6 years or 7 years. Again, for every bad COD for Modern Warfare 19, I go COD 4. For Modern Warfare 2, I could go Modern Warfare 2. For Modern Warfare 3, I could go Black Ops 1. For Cold War, I could go Black Ops 2. For, what came after Cold War? Was it Modern Warfare 3? No. Was it Vanguard? Vanguard. For Vanguard, I could go Modern Warfare 3. OG Modern Warfare 3. You know what I'm saying? For Black Ops 6, I could go Black Ops 3. I could go World at War. Like, for every bad recent Call of Duty game, like, you go, if you go back to World War II, I could go Modern Warfare 3, OG Modern Warfare 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, for every bad current game in recent years, I mean, eventually you do run out of good games. Don't get it twisted, because you still got a lot of bad games. You still got Advanced Warfare. You still got Ghost. You still got Infinite Warfare, right? But for those games, look, you tell me Advanced Warfare, I go Black Ops 3. You tell me Infinite Warfare, I go Black Ops 4. You tell me this, I go World at War. So, like, even then, it's like there's still a good Call of Duty. Like, I can give you a good Call of Duty and counter every bad Call of Duty that you give me. So, every shitty Call of Duty that has came out in the last, 6 years, I can counter that with a very good Call of Duty game in their prime years, their golden years. So that's why I'm putting Call of Duty in a very good. It just has too many blemishes on it for me to put it in the masterpiece. Like, I want to put it in masterpiece because, like, it's peak. It's like, how can I describe it, bro? I look at it as like Call of Duty's like Tracy McGrady. If you play or watch basketball, Tracy McGrady. It's like his prime didn't last very long because he had really bad back injuries and back problems. But for those 4 to 5 years when he was in his prime and he was healthy, it was like he was the best player in the league, pretty much bar none. He was just ridiculous what he was doing. But he didn't stay at that elite, crazy elite level this entire time. He had like those 3-4 years, and then it was like he's cooked. His back is destroyed. He can't play. He's always injured. He's cooked. But for those 3 to 4 years, it was just like, yo, we can't do nothing with this man. We can't do nothing. Literally, we can't do nothing with Tracy McGrady. He is that much of a problem. And that's what Call of Duty was. They had like a 6-7 year run, maybe a little bit longer than that, right? But they had their run COD 4, World at War, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, it was Ghost, then like Black Ops 3, then Advanced Warfare. Like, those games, there was some games in between to me that were trash, but outside of that, it's just like it was still just banger. Bullshit, decent game, banger. Bullshit, decent game, banger. Then it was just, modern era trash, 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 trash. Like, but you still have to respect the entire franchise. So that's why I'm going very good for Call of Duty. Next series, another banger. I'm going Grand Theft Auto, and I gotta go masterpiece for Grand Theft Auto. And using that same criteria, like Grand Theft Auto, rarely I'm trying to think of a game for Grand Theft Auto where I can say it was a miss. You might be able to argue like there's spin-offs, right? Because the only I said Call of Duty. The only Grand Theft Autos that I haven't played is I've never played the original GTA Grand Theft Auto, and I never played Chinatown Wars, which was like for PSP. Those are the only two Grand Theft Auto games I've never played. I've played GTA 2. I've played GTA 3. I played GTA 4, GTA 5. I played Vice City. I played San Andreas. I played Liberty City Stories. I played Vice City Stories. I played Grand Theft Auto Advance. Like, I've played every single GTA. I'm trying to think if there's any other GTA games outside of that, and I don't think there is. But I've played every single GTA game except for the OG original GTA and Chinatown Wars. Those are the only games I've never played for the series. But outside of that, I've played every other game in the series, and I could genuinely say, well, also the definitive editions. I played the definitive trilogies, the remasters of 3, Vice City, and San Andreas as well. And I could genuinely say that, yeah, they don't. I don't think I could really say that there's a single bad game. There's some games that didn't age well, like the OG GTA 3. The definitive edition is much better, because it adds like a lot of the mechanics like GPS and stuff like that. But I can say OG GTA 3 didn't age well. OG Vice City, it's kind of 50-50. San Andreas still holds up well, but outside of that, I don't know, bro. Outside of that, I would have to say for sure, no misses. Like, even Liberty City Stories, Vice City Stories, all bangers, bro. Like, GTA 2 for what it was at the time, banger. You know what I'm saying? GTA 4, The Lost and the Damned, The Ballad of Gay Tony, all of that, just straight heat, bro. So I would definitely put Grand Theft Auto in the masterpiece for sure. Ranking. I'm trying to think what's the next series we should talk. Let's go with another classic, and we're gonna go with Resident Evil. And Resident Evil, I'm definitely throwing in the masterpiece category as well too. And the only reason why I'm throwing in the masterpiece category is because I feel like, again, this was one of those games where, like, I can't really say that they've missed for the games that I've played. None of the games that I've played, I can say they missed. Now, do keep in mind, there's a lot of the Resident Evil series that I've still yet to play. But I would say I've played like 50% of the Resident Evil series for me to say, well, you know what? From what I've seen, they've never missed. So I've played OG Resident Evil 1, which was, I think, the Resident Evil Director's Cut. I've played Resident Evil 2, OG. I played Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, OG. I played Resident Evil 0. I've played Resident Evil Code Veronica. I've played Resident Evil 5. And then I started Resident Evil 6, but never finished Resident Evil 6. And I started Resident Evil 7, never finished Resident Evil 7 either. But I can say, if you're talking about just Resident Evils that I've never played, I haven't played the remake of 2. Well, I played the remake of 1. I haven't played the remake of 2. I haven't played remake 3. I haven't played remake 4. I haven't played OG 4. I haven't played 8. And then I haven't played Revelations 1 and 2. So there's like 7 games that I'm missing that I haven't played in the Resident Evil series. But outside of that, I've played every single other game. So I would say that it's about, I want to say about 50%, but I think I might have played more than 50% of the franchise. And in the games that I have played, no misses, no misses at all. I can't say a single one of the games that I've played so far from Resident Evil are misses or were trash in my opinion. So that's why I gotta put Resident Evil in the masterpiece for sure, for sure. Next series, I'm willing to go with BioShock. BioShock, and I'm putting BioShock in very good. Now, BioShock, for me, again, a very compact series or franchise because there's only, 3 games and then, like, the DLC and whatnot. Now, the only reason why I can't put BioShock in Masterpiece, and, I know some people will put BioShock in the Masterpiece, either way. But for me, I gotta put it in very good, and it's only because of Infinite. And Infinite is the only thing that really holds BioShock back, and that's because, like, for me, Infinite isn't a BioShock game. Excuse me. Infinite isn't a BioShock game to me. When I think BioShock, I think Rapture, and I think just the city of Columbus. I think it's Columbus, right? Or Columbia. Might have been Columbia. I might be misremembering the name. It's either Columbus or Columbia. It just isn't BioShock. How bright and sunny. I appreciate the city being, bright and sunny and stuff in comparison to the actual city being so fucked up and twisted and dark and, the racism and all of that stuff like that and the war, the unrest and all of that stuff like that. I get the clashing of it, the irony of it or whatever, if you will, but it's just not BioShock to me, bro. Even the gameplay, like, it felt like I was playing Call of Duty than I really was BioShock. So for me, that's really the only blemish on BioShock as a franchise is BioShock Infinite. BioShock 1, BioShock 2, Burial at Sea, like all the DLCs and stuff, like crazy, tough, love all of them, like, and I played all the DLC. I have the BioShock collection, so I have BioShock 1 and 2 with all the DLCs and stuff like that. And I played through all of the DLCs and whatnot. But BioShock Infinite is like that one blemish on its record that for me, it takes it out of Masterpiece and kind of brings it down to very good. If they had like BioShock Infinite and it was in Rapture, or they come out with a 4th game and they kind of go back to Rapture and it's just overwhelmingly good, I'd be willing to move it up to Masterpiece. But to me, for right now, it has that one blemish on it. So it has to go in very good, Moving on, we do have Red Dead. And that's definitely going in Masterpiece. I don't even think I have to really say much about Red Dead. If you played the Red Dead series, Red Dead Redemption 1 or 2, or even if you played going back to Red Dead Revolver, like, I don't think I really have to say much about Red Dead. Like, if you played any of the games, then you know just how good this franchise was or is, I should say. Yeah, man, like, Red Dead is just, man, especially with the way 2 kind of, is a prequel and it leads you into 1. Or you realize that 1 is like coming off of 2, technically following 2, even though 1 came first. Like, it I don't know, bro. Like, Red Dead is just one of those games or one of those series that's just like, no matter how many times I play it, I don't think I would ever get tired of Red Dead. Like, I think that's something that all of these games in the Masterpiece ranking kind of have, in that, like, they have those games where, like, you'll never get tired of playing them. Like, for me, GTA, I never get tired of playing San Andreas. I done lost count of how many times I done played through San Andreas. I'll never get tired of playing San Andreas. Super Mario World, Super Mario Bros. 2, 3, I'll never get tired of playing those games. Final Fantasy 9, Final Fantasy 7, I never get tired of playing those games. Resident Evil, Uh, Resident Evil 5, I would say for me is the game for Resident Evil that I would just never get tired of playing Resident Evil 5. And then Red Dead, for sure, Red Dead Redemption 2, I could play that game for hours on end, bro. Like, I probably spent at least 100 hours in like chapter 2, chapter 3, just hunting and fishing, just vibing on the game, bro. So it's like, it's just one of those things where it's like, you know, you could just play it just indefinitely, and it'll just like, you never get tired of it, bro. Like, you know, you just never get tired of it. And then the last game we're gonna do for this video, I'm going to say, you know what, we gotta make it a good one. Let's make it a good one, bro. Let's make it a good one. I'm gonna go with Pokemon, bro. And Pokemon, you know where Pokemon is going. Pokemon definitely going into Masterpiece, bro. And what Pokemon has done for gaming, like, and then you gotta remember that, like, Pokemon is just, it's not even just a video game. It's like Pokemon is like a cultural thing, because you had like parents, you had 30, 40, 50-year-old parents, you had 60, 70, 80-year-old grandmas and grandpas and great-grandmas and great-grandpas knowing what a Pokemon and a Pokemon and all of this shit. They all knew what that shit was. Everybody knew what the fuck a Pikachu was. Everybody knew what a Charmander was, or a Squirtle. Like, you know what I'm saying? A Jigglypuff, bro. Like, Pokemon, like, it kind of just exceeded video games. It exceeded anime. It exceeded like trading card games. It was like a cultural phenomenon, bro. Like, it literally transcended all of these things. You know what I'm saying? Like, to this day, like, if you say Pokemon, people know what you're talking about. They may not know the current Pokemon that's like trash and chandeliers and all this other shit that they've made Pokemons now, right? But if you told somebody, yo, do you know what Pokemon is? I would be hard pressed for you to find somebody on this planet in 2025 that don't know what Pokemon is. Like, they know what Pokemon is. They couldn't tell you what the new Pokemon is, or the new anime, or the new this or new that, but they could tell you what Pokemon is or was, bruh. And to me, that's just, if that's not Masterpiece, I don't know what is. Like, you know, there's only certain games on this list that kind of transcends like games. You know what I'm saying? Like, Super Mario transcends games. Sonic transcends, you know, game. Like, Crash Bandicoot, I really don't know if Crash Bandicoot transcends game, because I don't know if everybody in the world would know what Crash Bandicoot is. So I can't really say it transcends games, but, you know, people know what Super Mario is. People know what Pokemon is. People know what Sonic the Hedgehog is. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Pokemon definitely up there as far as, like, just, you know, just legendary games go. But I'm going to end the video off with this. If you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe for more content. And then, of course, as always, I will catch you guys in the next video where we'll be knocking out some more video game franchises. I'm out, guys. Peace.